Hi class, today we are on Saxon Math, Book 3, Lesson 95, and we are going to use estimation to verify answers. So this is kind of the whole point of estimation, where we check and see, are we close or are we super far off? Do we need to go back and check our math? So my first example says Amber wants to buy 3 shirts for $28 each. She decides not to buy them when she multiplies 3 times 28 and gets $624. That is way too much for 3 shirts. So, is she right though? That seems like a lot. We can use estimation to check. 28 rounds to 30, and if we do 30 times 3, 3 times 3 is 9, tack on that 0 at the end, we only get $90. That's a really far amount away from 624. What went wrong? How did she get such a big number? Let's check her math. What is 8 times 3? 24. What is 2 times 3? 6. So what did Amber do wrong? She forgot to carry her tens, and instead she wrote it down, and then what should have been the start of her tens became a hundreds place, so her answer was way off of what it should be. This is much closer to the actual answer of 28 times 3. So we can use estimation to say, ooh, hey, I've got to go back and check my math because something's not right here. Our next example says Francine bought a bat for $32, a mitt for $49, and a pair of batting gloves for $13. She calculated that she would need $94 for all 3 items. Is her total reasonable? I don't want to do that addition, so let's just round and do it quick in our heads. 32 rounds to 30, 49 rounds to 50, and 13 rounds to 10. So I've got 0, 5, plus 3 is 8, plus 1 is 9. Is our estimate close to her answer? Yes, it is. So this is a reasonable answer. The next example says Cody counted 213 words on 1 page. After reading 5 pages, Cody estimated that he had read 1,050 words. Is Cody's estimate reasonable? So he counted this many words on 1 page, and he estimated times 5 that he would be reading 1,050. So if I were estimating this, I would probably round it to 200 times 5, and I would say 2 times 5 is 10, plus I have those 2 zeros that I have to tack on. So is 1,000 close to 1,050? Yes, it sure is. How did he get 50 more than me if he estimated as well? Let me show you. So Cody didn't round to the hundreds place, Cody rounded to the tens. So instead of saying 200, he said 210 times 5, where he still got that 1,000, the 200 times 5 is 1,000, but then he also said 10 times 5 is 50, so that's how he got his estimate. Either way you do it, you're either going to get exactly the same as him or 1,000, which is really close to what he got. I would say his estimate is reasonable, whichever way you choose to do it in that case. If it doesn't tell you what place value to round to, then you get to pick. But watch out, because sometimes our homework and our tests do tell us what place value to round to, and in those cases we have to read the directions closely and follow them. All right, that's the end of our examples. So we do have 3 word problems that we're going to go through. So I'll read the first one twice. Roger bought a new bike seat for $31 and a helmet for $29. He calculated that he would need $90 to pay for both items. Is Roger's total reasonable? Explain your answer. So we'll read it again. Roger bought a new bike seat for $31 and a helmet for $29. He calculated that he would need $90 to pay for both items. Is his estimate reasonable? Explain your answer. Pause here, try that one on your own, and when you're ready to see the answer, come on back. So you have to start by deciding, what operation am I doing here? He bought 2 items and we're trying to find the total, so that's an addition problem. Then we just round. 31 rounds to 30, 29 rounds to 30, and if we add 30 plus 30, it's only $60. So does he need $90 to buy those items? No, he does not. We would say his estimate is not reasonable because he only needs about $60, not $90. All right, problem B. And this is on page 514 if you want to read it for yourself and do it along with me. Jackson estimates that 5 tickets to the football game will cost more than $300. If tickets are $32 each, is Jackson's estimate reasonable? If not, about how much would 5 tickets cost? So he estimated, I'll read it a second time, excuse me. Jackson estimated that 5 tickets to the football game would cost more than $300. If tickets cost $32 each, is Jackson's estimate reasonable? Why or why not? Try that one on your own and then come back when you're ready to see the answer. So $32 each times 5 tickets. Let's estimate for ourselves. 32 rounds to 30 times 5 tickets. 3 times 5 is 150. Is 15. And then we tack on the 0 for $150. What, is that more than 300? No, it's not. So to explain our answer, we would say no, his estimate is not reasonable. He would only need $150 or about $150 to pay for the tickets. Problem C. Every day, Alita walks around the track 5 times. She counted 489 steps in 1 lap. She estimates that she will walk 2,500 steps in 5 laps. Is her estimate reasonable? Explain your answer. So one more time. Every day, Alita walks around the track 5 times. She counted 489 steps for 1 lap. She estimates that she will walk 2,500 steps in 5 laps. Is her estimate reasonable? Explain why or why not. Pause here, try that one on your own, and come back when you're ready to see the answer. All right, she walks around 5 times. Each lap is 489 steps. That's a multiplication problem, but we want to round. So 489, I want it to be easy. I want to do it in my head. I'm rounding to the hundreds place. 489 is really close to 500. 500 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25. We'll tack on those 2 zeros and look at my estimate compared to her estimate. They're the same. So is her answer reasonable? Yes, it is. That's the end of this lesson, ladies and gentlemen. It is now time for you to do your written practice, which begins on page 514 of your textbook. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you again soon.